The finish. What's the finish? What's the finish? That's a great finish. That's a great move. I don't want you guys to focus on the move. I want you to focus on the position. All right? If I can't stay in my stance, if I can't move, finishes mean nothing. If I can't stay in my stance, if I can move, the finishes are going to be easy. All right? Wrestling is not about moves. All right? I hate when people say, that's a good move, this is a good move. All right? Wrestling's not about moves. It's about motion. Motion. Not, when you say move, it means you just did one motion, one movement. It's about motion. Constant motion. Continuous motion. I never stop moving. Okay? There's different techniques in that motion, but I never stop moving. I'm always in my stance. I'm always moving. Here's how you guys wrestle, and here's what's flawed. All right? I'm part of the problem because we teach you in these 3-second segments. All right? It's part of learning. But you know what? We don't wrestle like this. Try a move. Stop. Do another move. Stop. Try this move. Doesn't work. Stop. You can't stop. You can't pause. You can't try a move, motion. It doesn't work, and then stop. The great guys are able to continuously move no matter what their opponent does. Think about this. I shoot a head inside single. He sprawls. I do a chase the ankle. All right? I do a head inside single. He sprawls, squares up. I do a cut back. I do a head inside single. This week, extended post tripod. I do an elbow. No matter what happens when I take that shot, whatever he does, I never stop moving. All right? Most people have this segmented approach to wrestling. You try and chase the ankle, it doesn't work, then what? It can't be that way. You have to continuously adjust, adapt, and score. Okay? That's how we get the stuff. It's not about moves. It's about motion. It's not about finishes. It's about position and motion. If I can stay in my stance and I continue to move, the finish is going to present itself. I tell you this because the first thing I'm going to show you guys is proper position and proper motion on your feet from a head inside single, and it's the most important thing in the session. There's nothing more important that I teach you today than what happens right here. All right? This is the most important thing. All right? Inside tie, collar tie. We did this yesterday. Now, I take my head inside single, and I'm going to be in this position here. I'm going to drive my feet. Notice, trail leg swing behind. I'm going to drive up into my opponent. I drive up into a cannon. Now, swing my position. First off, I'm in my stance. I get his leg. I drive my feet. I'm in my stance. This is the most important thing you can remember. We are in our stance the entire time. If for any reason I compromise my stance, he has an opportunity to escape me taking him down and possibly take me down as well. So the stance comes first, not the finish. All right? My head is up. My back is straight. My hips are underneath me. All right? My hands are going to be locked and my arms are going to be straight. Notice I'm pulling his leg in and down. In addition, my right hip is turned in. I want to keep his leg isolated in front of my body. If I ever let his leg come to the outside, what happens is he has the ability to swerve and scroll. I always keep his leg isolated in front of my body. To do that, I have a staggered stance. My right hip is turned in a little bit. I have pressure here on his left leg. I keep his left leg in front of my body. Now notice my position. My head is up, my back straight, my hips underneath me. I'm tight to his body. I do not look like this. Head down, butt back, leg straight, squeezing his leg. If he moves away now, look at my stance. This is a terrible stance. You can never start a match like this. Legs are straight, feet are together, head is down, butt is back. The reality. This is the reality. Most of you guys look like that. Moment of truth. That's what happens. And you say, why didn't I finish? Why didn't I finish? And you think it's the finish. You think you didn't know the finish. You probably knew the finish, but you know what? Your position was flawed. You couldn't get there. I have to be in my stance. My head is up. My back is straight. My hips are underneath me. If he moves away, now look at my position. I'm in a basic stance. That's all it is. We don't have to make it more complicated than it needs to be. I'm in my stance with the leg. All right? Elbows pulling straight in and down. Notice my position. I'm like this. Here's what most of you guys do wrong on your stance. Your stance is flawed not because you don't know what a stance is, because you were afraid. You say, what do you mean? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. You are afraid. And here's what you're afraid of. You're afraid of losing his leg. As a result, here's what happens. You squeeze his leg. You hold on to his leg tight. When you hold on his leg, you're putting yourself in that position. You're dropping your head down. Your butt goes back. You're squeezing. You're crippling yourself by holding this leg. Notice, I don't squeeze his leg in this fashion. I do this. My elbows are pulled straight in and down. My arms are straight. I don't need to squeeze his leg. I pull his leg. Not squeeze his leg. I pull. So when you squeeze, you drop your chest, you drop your head. I want you here. Now, position is first. Motion is second. I have to be able to move. Most guys, all right? You're not most guys. You're above most guys. You wouldn't get this camp otherwise. All right? Most guys can't stay in their stance and they can't move. All right? We have to be able to stay in our stance and move. This is what wrestling is. Hit a shot, be in your stance and move. Inside, tight, collar, tight, head inside, single. I'm going to drive up, I go into him. Now, look at my stance. Give me a whistle, please. Head inside, single. Notice, my head is up, my back is straight, my hips are underneath me. I go into him. Now, my next motion, this is crucial for you guys to understand. I don't just drive this direction. Most wrestlers, they want to just drive one way, one way, one way. I'm not going to just go one way. I'm going to circle back. I go into him, then I circle back. When I circle back, I'm going to take my butt, and I take it in front of his body. Notice, I'm going to circle back this way, direction. I circle back, into it, circle back, into it, circle back. The entire time, I'm in my stance. No matter when I pause or stop this motion, I'm in my stance. In my stance the entire time. This is the most important part. If we can get this, if you get stance, if you get motion, the finishes are easy. If you don't have stance, you don't have motion, finishes are tough. Head inside single. I go into him. I'm going to drive into my opponent. I go into him. Now, look. Arms pull straight in and down. Head is up. Notice my head is in his chest. If my head is in his ribs here, then I look like this. Now, I have a square stance, all right? I have to like pinch the leg. Easier for him to take his leg to the outside. If I look like this, forehead on his hip, no good. I'm going to be here. Head up, back straight, hips underneath me. Partner. I want you to be a good partner. I want you to make it realistic. I want you to have a wizard here, all right? Have a wizard. Here's what most guys do. Most guys go out there, they hit the shot. Go ahead, hit the shot, and drive up. And then the partner stands here like this. This guy's zoned out. He's not paying attention. He doesn't care much about how this guy succeeds or proceeds, all right, in terms of technique. And he stands here like this. And this is not realistic. And what happens is this guy's stance actually gets worse instead of better. What I have to do as a defensive guy is give him a little bit of a defensive posture. Notice, I put some weight and put some pressure on him. This is a good defensive position. This is what actually happens in the match. Now, he went into me. Now he's going to circle back. Circle back. He goes into me. He circles back the entire time. His hands moving. He's in his stance. He's in a good position. If he lets go of the leg, stay right there. Look where he's at. He's in his stance. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. This is wrestling. This is where we get beat or we succeed. All right? If we're able to stay here, position, and move. Okay? Everybody knows the same thing. This is the facts. I'm just giving it to you straight. Every kid in America that is any good at wrestling knows the same technique. Everybody knows a single leg. Everybody knows a double leg. Everybody knows a head outside. What's going to separate you from the pack is this. Not what you know, but how well you can perform. How good is it? Everybody knows a double leg. Everybody knows a single leg. But how good is your single leg? We get better at it by getting our position better, our motion better, our setup better. And then once we get that, setup, position, motion, now we get intense. We can't get intense. We can't get super intense until we get 1, 2, and 3. Setup, position, and motion. Okay? Let's do it again. Inside, tight, collar, top. And inside single. I go into him. I circle back. Notice my position, my stance. Into him, and then circle back. Do me a favor. Good, solid stance, good motion. I don't care how slow it is. You can go at a snail's pace. I just want to see the right motion. I'll go to snail's pace. Watch. Inside, tight, collar, top. Circle. Head inside, single. Into him. Circle back. Into him. Circle back. Learning how to move in our stance with the leg. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. No finish.